And you just saw a performance from Daylon Ware and his buddy Alvin Blaine. And we've got him sitting down here talking to us.
Hey,
good to see you.
How you doing, Keith?
How's everything, Alvin?
All right.
Now, you built that guitar you played?
Yeah, it's just parts and built the body and painted it and been playing it for years.
How, do you make a lot of guitars? Or is
No.
That's the only one you ever did?
Maybe one or two.
So did you cut it out of a piece of wood?
Yeah. You just,
So what'd you
I
do,
mean,
just buy a block of wood?
went online, you know, there's places online, they can get templates, all that stuff.
That's amazing.
See, I just now found out that he built it. I didn't even know that.
Oh.
Just wood and glue.
Just wood and glue. I like that. Oh, it's just wood and glue. Yeah, I don't think I could be doing that. Well, Daylon, tell me, are you new to Nashville? You've been around here for a while.
Well, I came out here in the mid-'90s and got a publishing deal and everything. So, you know, I've been at it a little bit.
Yeah.
The thing about me is I wasn't ever like a cookie cutter type guy because I sang everything from gospel to heavy metal, and it's been a blessing and kind of a challenge. It's kind of a double-edged sword. You know?
Well, you know, unfortunately, the music business doesn't seem to like anybody that does everything. They want to pigeonhole you. They want to categorize you.
Well, it's easier for the manager, but if I feel like doing, country right now.
Yeah.
I feel good about it because I'm from Texas,
There was a song out some years ago. It never was on but I loved it. It said it's a Nat King Cole Porter Wagoner kind of thing. Is that a good way to describe?
I think I did that one time.
How hard was it to get that first publishing deal? Was that?
Well, actually, you come up here and you wait in line to you sing your songs at Douglas Corner or wherever with your acoustic guitar, and I got pretty lucky because I sang 2 songs and Alex Harvey was in the crowd.
That'll help, right? There.
Alex wrote Delta Dawn, and he's an actor.
Reuben James. Oh, he's written so many.
Anyway, he took me under his wing, and we were just like buddies, and put a band behind me, and then I got signed to a major publishing deal.
It amazes me sometimes how
it doesn't happen that easy.
Yeah, a country artist, many times you'll come to town, you'll impress an Alex Harvey or something, and how generous, particularly in country music, one artist will be to another. Like Alex Harvey didn't have to help you, and that's all he needed is one more songwriter in town.
I appreciate that, Alex.
But that happens here.
Well, see, he was kind of a bluesy guy.
Yeah.
And I was kind of singing bluesy country, and we just kind of hit it off.
I'm sure you've heard him do his own version of Reuben James.
I've heard him.
It's nothing like the hit.
He's so
very bluesy.
He's so soulful. You know? So we really hit it off.
What surprised you about Nashville when you came here? Was it pretty much what you expected it to be?
Well, I was just surprised because I got hooked in with a publisher so easy, But then as far as getting a record deal, that took a lot longer than I thought it would,
Well, it's funny. So a lot of times, I don't know, people come here with the expectation, well, I'll be recording by next week. And I think the average, they say, is about 7 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, for some people, it never happens. For other people, it almost does happen overnight. Sounds like you got in pretty early.
Well, some of those overnight guys, though, have been doing it for a long time.
Absolutely. Been 25-year overnight success. But you just, I think persistence has a lot to do with it.
I think it's real important to have good management. Unfortunately, I could do better in that field. But,
well, we'll see if we can. This guy makes guitars. I bet he'd be a good manager. How, if you had to, we sit here and talk about categorizing music, but if you had to put a label, which I'm sure you don't really want to do, but if you had to say my musical style is, what would you say?
Nat King Cole and
Porter Wagoner. Well, who are your influences?
Well, I have an older sister. She had all the Rolling Stones records and the Beatles records, and then my mom had Charlie Rich and Ray Charles, and I just fell in love with all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I started out, real young. Playing drums, and I eventually moved to guitar and stuff. And then when I got older, I sang in all these rock bands in Texas, around Austin. And but then I started getting serious about writing songs, and when I started writing country, I wanted to come out to Nashville you know. But I still, in my music, I still have elements of all of it, you know. But I'm realizing, you know, you got to stick to one thing, you know. So
until you get to be a big star, and then you can just do anything you want to do. Usually how that works.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I think your generation is unique in that. I say your generation. I'm not that much older than you, really. Does anybody believe in that? But it seems to be, you know, just a few years ago, most people grew up on, they say, well, I grew up on country music. But I think nowadays, more of the generation of artists I'm seeing did have a lot of different influences. And it was, I've always, there were only two kinds, good and bad with me. I like all kinds of music, all brands. It doesn't make any difference. But I see more of that influence coming in from different areas.
I tell you, when I was real young, my folks used to go bowling like every weekend, and I heard Joe Stampley on the jukebox, and it just like floored me. And I was just a little thing, you know. Then I finally met him here in Green Hills.
Yeah, I know Joe well.
He's such a nice guy, and I told him we do his songs sometimes and just pack the dance floor.
Well, Joe came from a Louisiana background. You still hear a lot of Cajun and deep South blues in his music. He had a group called, I think it was called the Uniques, that he was in, and they did some really, really good soulful rock and roll stuff. Down in the bayou,
you know,
dirty
he's somebody that figured it out, because he was still kind of bluesy, but he had country hits. You know, so he figured it out.
Where would you like to be 5 years from now?
You know, I've always wanted to do the whole full thing that I've never got a chance to do yet, which is do the album and get it distributed worldwide, and do the big tour and do all the radio shows and interviews and try to get as many songs on the radio as I can. You know, I haven't got the real shot yet, you know, but I'm ready to do it, you know. So that's what I want to be doing.
Well, I got a feeling from what I heard today, you may have a real good shot at that.
You know, you just got to keep at it, you know. You know, I was telling him earlier, you know, it's just something we do, you know. We do it because we do it. Now we don't think about being a star or making a lot of money or all that stuff would be nice, but at the end of the day, we're still going to be doing it.
Yeah. Hoyt Axton used to sing a song called Honky Tonk Music, and I love the line, getting paid for doing something I'd be doing anyway.
That's the truth, though.
And that's the way it goes.
Bless his heart.
You came from Austin. A lot of great music comes out of Austin. What's the scene like there now today? Is it pretty much the way it was?
It's the same.
Billy Joe Shaver came out of there. And
you know,
so many of those people.
I know Billy Joe, too. I went on tour with him.
Jerry Jeff Walker.
You know, there's a place called 6th Street, and they have clubs on one side and clubs going down the other side, and it's punk, it's rock, it's, you know, blues, bluegrass, country, everything on 6th Street, you know. And you can go down there on a weekend, you know, pretty much all week long and hear any kind of music you want.
It's amazed me how many great country music folks have come out of that very
But in
area.
the mid-'90s, there wasn't that much as far as record labels and publishing companies that could really get you somewhere, you know, like there is here. But it's still fun to go down there. I remember when I went on the Hollywood Strip, and I was thinking, you know, I was like, I thought this was supposed to be happening here, you know, but it was dead during the week, you know. Only weekends only. But the thing about Austin, the Strip, it's every night it's like Saturday night there.
Full tilt.
It's pretty cool.
Do they still have the bars down around Texas where they had the chicken wire over it to keep from getting hit by flying beer bottles? When
I've seen a couple of
breaks out?
those, but I've been lucky to stay away from those.
Yeah. Well, it's great to have you here. Best
Well,
of
thanks,
luck
Keith.
to you. Waylon Ware.
Daylon.
Daylon
like Waylon.
Let's try that again. Daylon Ware, it's good to have
Thank
you
you
here
so much,
today.
Keith.
Best of luck to you. And Alvin, good to see you, my friend. If you happen to have another guitar laying around,
I got plenty at home.
Okay, send us the samples, you know. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Keith.
Music artist for you. And, hoping a lot of people will see you and say, boy, I like him.
Well, that's nice.